I accidentally traveled to the Tang Dynasty and started my old business selling barbecue. My business was dismal and I was bullied until one day. Chapter 1. Setting up stalls to sell barbecue. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Selling lamb skewers is a delicious lamb skewer. If it's not delicious, it's free. When has spring flowers and autumn moon arrived? The past is all in the barbecue. They eat loneliness, we eat memories. In Chang'an of the Tang Dynasty, bustling with people and bustling traffic, in the corner of Dongshiku, a young man wearing coarse linen clothes and a felt hat was shouting loudly. Occasionally, someone would pass by his stall and buy one or two skewers to taste the fresh food. The business of the barbecue stall cannot be said to be good or bad, so it's just a matter of ensuring food and clothing. This damn place doesn't have cumin, chili peppers, or even salt. If it had these things, my barbecue would have made a name for the whole of Chang'an, and wealth and beauty could be easily obtained, said Luo Zhang indignantly. You still make a name for yourself in Chang'an. Today, labor and management have to expose you. A few burly men with sticks in their hands and strong looks walked out of an alley and arrived at Luo Zhang's barbecue stall, staring at him with unfriendly eyes. Especially the leader had a fierce and evil expression on his face, as if Luo Zhang had a grudge against him. Seeing the newcomer, Luo Zhang's legs trembled and he almost knelt down. These people were not good at picking on each other, they were the top leader in the East Market, known as Tiger Brother. They relied on their good martial arts skills and engaged in all kinds of evil deeds such as eating, drinking, prostitution, and gambling on this street. Not many people dared to provoke him. Suppressing the unease in his heart, Luo Zhang quickly accompanied him with a smile and said, "Brother who offended you? Tell me, I'm sure I'll beat him up. I don't even know him." "Humph, you're still pretending to be with me. I haven't paid the protection fee yet. Yesterday, I ate your lamb skewers and the labor management caused a whole day of trouble. Hey kid, you're so brave. How dare you give medicine to Tiger Lord? It's up to the labor management not to deal with you today. What else are you looking at? Beat the labor and management, smash me, kill or injure me, I am responsible." With Tiger Brother's command, the burly man behind him picked up the stick in his hand and rammed it towards Luo Zhang. For a moment it was like a chicken flying and a dog jumping, and the onlookers were all avoiding, fearing that it would harm the fish in the pond. "Tiger Brother, Tiger Grandpa, wronged. My lamb is all the best from the western regions, how could it possibly spoil my stomach?" Shouting injustice on the lips and secretly complaining in the heart, "Mutton has been stored for so many days, there is no refrigerator here, it's strange that the meat is not bad. Bang 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 bang. Don't smash. Bang. Ah, stop fighting, Tiger Brother, Tiger Lord, I was wrong, please spare me. Stop it." With a scolding, a handsome young master dressed in a silk robe and shaking a folding fan arrived at the Luo Zhang stall, followed by an elderly man with no beard and wearing a blue robe. "Under the feet of the emperor, who allowed you to hit people on the street." Young master furrowed his brows and looked at Luo Zhang, who was lying on the ground, his head beaten and bleeding. "Where did you come from, kid? Dare to meddle in your Tiger Lord's business? Not to mention, he looks pretty good and can be sold for a lot of money at Chuanxiang Tower. Don't worry, there must be many birds and swallows in the Spring Fragrance Tower who like you just because of your appearance. You can enjoy the delicious food and spicy food." Bold. The old man, who was originally expressionless and following behind Gongzi Gu, glared and angrily rebuked Tiger Gu. The old man's cheers did not scare Tiger Brother. He had been wandering in the martial arts world for over a decade and had never seen anyone before. In his eyes, the person in front of him was just a son of a merchant family, bringing an old servant here to go shopping. If the officials were to travel with guards, they would definitely be a bad old man. And this East City is a gathering place for merchants, so it is not uncommon for wealthy young masters to come here. He is not afraid of these merchants. With the support of the right Wu-wei Captain Chai Jingtang, none of the merchants on this street are respectful to him, serving him delicious food and drink. It's the first time in all these years that someone dares to shout at him. Bold. I'm still brave, old man. Shouting and yelling at you, Tiger Lord. I think you're tired of living. Without waiting for Tiger Brother's greeting, the burly man behind him rushed towards the old man with a stick. No one noticed that Luo Zhang, who was lying on the ground with a face full of blood, was ecstatic in his heart. At this moment, a sweet voice was echoing in his mind. The host successfully activates the egg smashing system, rewards a set of barbecue grills, a pony stab, rewards 10 consecutive smashes, whether to smash eggs. I knew it. I knew it. Brother's journey through time cannot be so ordinary. Well, the system has been activated, and Brother's spring is coming. What the hell is this egg smashing system, and you're even rewarded with a barbecue grill set. A pony. Whether to smash eggs, whether to smash eggs. Smash, can't I still smash it? Has this system been affected by relatives? Bayou what? Ultraman hits the little monster. Congratulations to the host for winning the consolation award of 12 oysters. Congratulations. A bundle of leeks. Congratulations. A sheep whip. Congratulations to the host for obtaining a pair of sheep treasures. All prizes have been placed in the item list. Host, please check it in a timely manner. Upon hearing the system's prompt sound, Luo Zhang angrily cursed his mother, and his original ecstasy instantly turned into sorrow and resentment. What kind of broken system is this stomping horse? 12 oysters. A bundle of leeks. A sheep whip. A pair of sheep treasures. Is it true that labor and management have been selling barbecue in their previous life, but still cannot escape the fate of selling barbecue in this life? Do you want to be so pitted? They are either born into a wealthy and prosperous family, with clothes to reach out for and food to eat, or they can fly to the sky and escape the earth, and move mountains and seas. The system assistance obtained is either a pill weapon or a martial arts classic. But what kind of thing is this? Stepping on a horse is a vegetable. Also included is a barbecue grill, a small horse for labor management, and a clear arrangement for oneself. It's better not to worry about the system, so as not to worry about it now. Although he was not very happy in his heart, at least he gave himself a system. After taking a few breaths, Luo Zhang patiently checked it. In the item list, there are several illuminated icons with numbers below. 6 dozen oysters, 2 bundles of leeks, 1 sheep whip, and a pair of sheep treasures. Oysters, after being roasted, can improve body function by 10%, up to a maximum of 100%. Taking them above the threshold is ineffective. A chive can cure kidney deficiency after being roasted. P.S. Act within your means to avoid leg weakness. A sheep whip has an unexpected effect after grilling. A pair of sheep treasures, after grilling, can increase the combat power of the quenching body realm by 200%, the opening meridian realm by 100%, the chi sense realm by 50%, the true chi realm by 30%, and the true yuan realm by 10%. Looking at the introduction of the item, Luo Zhang was a bit dumbfounded. This if you become rich, the labor and capital will become rich. This system is not so pitfalls. If it really goes as the system says, just a leak can make the labor and capital sell at a sky-high price in Chuanxiang Tower. Also, Wang, the shopkeeper of Mingyue restaurant, is often ridiculed by his wife because he is short. A sheep whip makes him a true man, and even if he asks for 100 taels of silver, he won't refuse. And there are oysters and sheep treasures. As long as you eat them yourself, you can definitely become a martial artist. In the future, you won't be beaten black and blue, and your head will be broken and blood will flow when encountering people like Tiger Brother. And what surprised Luo Zhang the most was the barbecue grill. As the name suggests, the barbecue grill is used for barbecue, but it comes with attributes. Within a 1-meter range of the barbecue grill, no matter how high the martial arts are, it will still be like an ordinary person. That is to say, I am in charge of my territory, which invisibly gives Luo Zhang a kind of protection. Brother, this time it's really developed. Although Luo Zhang is checking the system, he always pays attention to the movements of Tiger Brother and others. The things obtained by the system may be good, but they all need to be grilled before they can take effect. At present, I can only wait for Tiger and his team to leave, so that I can try to see if this system item is really good. Looking at the handsome young master with a smile on his lips and no nervousness, Luo Zhang was also surprised. What kind of person is this kid? Why not be nervous at all? This is the Tiger Brother of Dongshe Yiba. It's good of you to help me, and my friend is also grateful to you. But you also need to consider whether you have that strength. A moment of silence fell in my heart for the young master and the old man. In Luo Zhang's mind, the fate of these two people may not be better than his own, as they cannot run away after a single fight. But the ending greatly surprised Luo Zhang's expectations. The younger brothers who rushed forward flew backwards one after another as the old man moved, and the blood sprayed out of their mouths was not enough to fit in a bowl. Luo Zhang didn't see clearly how the old man acted. Sleeping trough, this is meeting a master. This old man is a master, but Tiger Brother is unlucky now. Luo Zhang lay on the ground, squinting his eyes and stealing pleasure. Chapter 2. The system must produce high-quality products. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Lying on the ground pretending to be dead watching a good play, suddenly hearing the sweet system sound ring again, I couldn't help but be taken aback. The hatred value from Zhang Depang is 666. The hatred value from Sun Dainyu is 555. The sweet sound of the system keeps echoing. Hate value. What is this? Through Luo Zhang's examination, I finally understood the origin and function of the hatred value. The so-called hatred value, in other words, refers to the resentment others have towards you. The greater the resentment, the more hatred value there is. And if there is more hatred, you can continue to smash eggs. Every 10,000 hatred points can smash eggs once, so more hatred points are naturally beneficial. In addition, setting up a stall to sell barbecue can earn certain points, which can be used for buying and selling goods that light up icons, and can also be used to learn various skills, commonly known as skill bonuses. These badges are not yet known how to use. And the source of those hatred points just now is naturally those who were knocked out by the old man. After all, there was no such thing as Luo Zhang, and they would not have provoked high-level figures like the old man, nor would they have been beaten upside down and vomited blood. All of this was attributed to Luo Zhang. After reading these chapters, I swallowed my saliva. So, buddy, will we continue to spread hatred everywhere in the future? This won't be beaten to death, will it? After glancing at the oysters, leeks, sheep whips, and sheep treasures in the inventory list, Luo Zhang secretly made up his mind that if he wanted to get rich, he would hate him. When his buddies got rich, he would be afraid of a bird. At this moment, Tiger Brother didn't know what Luo Zhang was thinking in his heart. As he watched his subordinates flying backwards and spraying blood, his heart thumped. As the saying goes, when an expert makes a move, he knows if there is one. When an old man makes a move, he knows that he has kicked to the iron plate. Although he cannot see the level of the old man, he is definitely higher than him. A hero does not suffer immediate losses. Tiger Brother, who has been working in Dongshe for so many years, naturally knows this way well. Without any hesitation, Tiger Brother turned around and ran away, even ignoring his fallen subordinates. Seeing that Tiger Brother had escaped, the old man did not chase after him, but instead retreated behind young master. Perhaps in his opinion, Tiger Brother's safety was not as important as young master's. It's not easy for Luo Zhang to lie on the ground and pretend to be a bear when he sees this scene. He looked very badly beaten, but in reality, his forehead was only scratched and he shed some blood. There were no multiple injuries on his body, and in his previous life, Luo Zhang understood how to protect himself. Before Luo Zhang could talk to the young master, the sweet prompt sound of the system rang again. Hate value from Zhao Tianhu plus 1000. From Zhao Tianhu. Upon hearing this prompt, Luo Zhang almost cursed his mother. It seems that Tiger Brother has a deep resentment towards him. Standing up, Luo Zhang covered his forehead and approached the young master not far away, clasping his fists and bowing, saying, "Luo Zhang, thank you very much for the young master's help in the face of injustice." Luo Zhang's words made the young master's eyes sparkle, and he smiled and said, it's okay, but it's just a matter of lifting a finger. I hate people who bully others. How is your injury? Do you want to go see it? Young master shook his folding fan and said casually, while the old man beside him glanced at Luo Zhang with great significance. After giving the salute, Luo Zhang raised his head, but after looking up, Luo Zhang was stunned. June, you're so handsome. Can Tang Dynasty men also look so handsome? Is this young master from Hanqing undergoing plastic surgery? No wonder Zhao Tianhu just said such things. It's not an exaggeration to say that he's even more beautiful than a woman. Selling him to Chuanxiang Tower is definitely the darling of those deep women who complain. But the next moment, Luo Zhang's eyes widened as if he had discovered a secret, and his saliva kept swallowing. Being stared at like this, young master seems to be a bit annoyed. When Luo Zhang regained his senses, the young master in front of him had already left with the old man. Although it went through a storm, it didn't have much impact on the entire East City. I don't know how many of these things happen every day in Chang'an City. After there was no excitement to watch, the crowd that was originally surrounded also dispersed one after another. Today's business is impossible to do, and Luo Zhang doesn't want to do it anymore. He wants to quickly go back to his dog's lair and study this egg smashing system, and also see if the things smashed up really work. You should know that this is related to his future wealth plan and cannot tolerate any carelessness. The stall was smashed to a pulp, so there's no need to clean it up. Anyway, the system has already sent him a barbecue stall, which is more than the cow 13 in front of him. The additional attributes made Luo Zhang very envious. Not long after Luo Zhang left, Tiger Brother brought more than 10 people to the place where Luo Zhang had set up a stall. And this time, the leader is not Tiger Brother. In front of him is a young man riding a tall horse, dressed in armor, and holding a sword with one hand. The young man was riding a horse, looking ahead with high toes and a strong aura. The dozen or so people were not ordinary people, they were all officers and soldiers wearing leather armor and holding long spears. Judging from Brother Hu's flattering demeanor, this person is his backer, Chai Jingtang, the commander of the right guard. Zhao Tianhu, what about those people you're talking about? Chai Jingtang scanned around and asked Zhao Tianhu a question. Zhao Tianhu is also searching for the figures of Gongzi Gu and the old man. If his own person is beaten, this revenge must be avenged. Upon hearing Chai Jingtang's inquiry, he respectfully said, perhaps you knew that Mr. Chai was coming, so you scared him away. But if the monk can run away, he can't run away from the temple. The boy who runs the stall must know them. As long as he finds that boy, he can catch them. The young master's family is wealthy, so if we catch him, then. He. For what happened after he left, Luo Zhang was not clear. At this time, he was nestled in his rudimentary doghouse studying the egg-smashing system. There is a row of numbers in the lower right corner of the item list, 5684, and 0 in the lower left corner. This is the hatred value contributed by the Tiger Brothers, while on the left is the points. Looking at this number, Luo Zhang pursed his lips. The hatred value was too low, not enough for him to smash an egg, and the points were impossible to talk about. However, this was just the beginning, and Luo Zhang didn't pay much attention. His gaze only glanced at the hatred points, and then moved to the illuminated icons. With a sudden thought, a barbecue grill made of iron sheet appeared in front of Luo Zhang. There is nothing special about a barbecue grill. If we were to say what sets it apart from his grill, it is that the small box containing the seasonings actually contains the cumin, chili, fine salt, edible oil, and a small brush that Luo Zhang has been dreaming of. Looking at these things, Luo Zhang's eyes lit up. This is the seasoning he dreams of owning. With these seasonings, his barbecue can definitely turn red throughout Chang'an City. If the materials in the item list really have the benefits mentioned by the system, it would be difficult for him not to make a fortune. Just think of it and do it. At that moment, Luo Zhang took out a dozen oysters from the item list and started grilling. ZZ. ZZ. How can roasted oysters be without garlic paste? Of course, these ingredients are not lacking. Sprinkle with fine salt, cumin, follow with pepper, and brush with a layer of oil smelling the tempting aroma. Luo Zhang almost burst into tears. How long has it been since I smelled this smell? In the Tang Dynasty these days, what he eats is like chewing wax. The Tang Dynasty strictly controls fine salt, only officials can enjoy fine salt, and the common people can only eat coarse salt. In Luo Zhang's view, coarse salt is not something that humans can eat. It is bitter and astringent, and the taste of salt is still mild. The smoke from the kitchen was lingering, and before long, a dozen oysters were roasted by Luo Zhang. Looking at the white and tender oyster meat, even Luo Zhang, who had eaten oysters every day in his previous life, instinctively swallowed a few mouthfuls of saliva. Don't say anything, just start. Ziliu. Ziliu. Wow, it's delicious. It's so delicious. Brother's craftsmanship is still so good. Even if this thing doesn't have any special effects, I'm sure many people will like it. By the way, isn't this oyster supposed to enhance body function? After eating 2 oysters, Luo Zhang did not continue to eat, but carefully observed his own changes. In his stomach, the freshly eaten oyster transforms into pure energy flowing into the veins of Luo Zhang's limbs. Luo Zhang, who originally had no power to bind a chicken in his hands, now felt like he had boundless strength, with an endless amount of energy throughout his body. And a layer of shiny and smooth black substance also appeared on the surface of his body. Is this what those martial artists often refer to as the body-quenching state? What level of the quenching state are you on now? Luo Zhang scratched his head, feeling a bit depressed. Although he had some understanding of the realm of martial artists, it was just hearsay, and the details were not something that ordinary people could know. Anyway, as long as you're strong, it's okay. Now that you've only eaten 2 oysters, doesn't it mean that each oyster can improve your body function by 10%? Eating the rest should make you even stronger. Luo Zhang didn't mind burning his mouth, and in just a few minutes, he swept away the oysters on the barbecue grill, while the black greasy substance on his body surface increased. After all the oysters were finished, Luo Zhangjing stood in place, closed his eyes and clenched his fist. He had a feeling that a cow appeared in front of him, and he had confidence in punching it to death. As for facing Zhao Tianhu, Luo Zhang was no longer afraid. And all of this was brought by the dozen oysters. The system must produce high-quality products, really nice, but he is also a warrior, ha. Omega. Chapter 3. Doubts. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The host has been detected as a warrior, and the martial arts school has been opened. Is there a martial arts school? A series of messages passed into Luo Zhang's mind, instantly making him understand what this martial arts school was and his own realm. At this time, after eating a dozen oysters, he had already jumped from an ordinary person to a master of the 8th level of the quenched body realm. If he could reach the 9th level of the quenched body realm, he could try to break through the Kaimai realm. Once he reached the Kaimai realm, he could also become a colonel in the military. What excites Luo Zhang even more is that the martial arts school can also allow him to instantly learn various martial arts skills, such as swordsmanship, boxing, body techniques, and so on. If you want to instantly learn these martial arts skills, as long as you have points, a little point can increase the level of a martial arts skill. To earn points, one must set up a stall to sell barbecue, and earn 1 point for every consistent amount of money, 1,000 won or 1 or 2 silver coins. When Luo Zhang saw that a little bit of points were actually selling something for consistent money, he cursed loudly, "Pit, it's too pit. Selling something for consistent money only earns 1 point, and a string of lamb skewers only earns 3 won." He cursed in his mouth, but Luo Zhang also had to accept reality, calculating in his heart how much silver he could sell and how many points he could earn from smashing eggs. At the same time, he also thought about how to obtain hatred points. After all, to obtain better things, he had to continue smashing eggs. As the saying goes, making money doesn't happen overnight. There is a chance to get rich, but Luo Zhang couldn't resist it. After taking a quick shower, he carried his barbecue grill and headed towards the East Market. There is no such thing as a night market in the Tang Dynasty. At night, there will be a curfew. Those who wander outside after the curfew will be arrested by the city patrol officers and soldiers, and Luo Zhang naturally needs to seize the time. Upon arriving in Dongshi, Luo Zhang did not choose his previous location, but instead placed his barbecue stall in front of the restaurant where he had previously worked as a waiter. The name of the restaurant is Mingyue Tower. The shopkeeper's surname is Wang and his name is Fu Gui. Wang, the shopkeeper, was kind and always had a smiling expression. When Luo Zhang was new and impoverished, Wang hired him as a shop assistant to prevent Luo Zhang, who had just arrived in the Tang Dynasty, from starving to death on the streets. If someone treats him well, he naturally wants to repay him, and the way to repay him is also well thought of by Luo Zhang, which is to sell him the sheep whip. During his half-month as a clerk, the most common thing Luo Zhang heard was the boss scolding the shopkeeper Wang for not being a man. The reason for each is that manager Wang's place is too short, and if described, it is no different from Little Thumb. It's impossible for any woman to be satisfied with being so short. Of course, in return, the sheep whip will still be charged, otherwise how will the points be earned? The stall was set up, the fire rose, and Luo Zhang did not immediately grill leeks, oysters, or other things. Instead, he placed a handful of lamb skewers on top. With those seasonings and Luo Zhang's over a decade of barbecue experience, he is confident that his barbecue can be unforgettable as long as he eats it once. The charcoal fire rises, the lamb skewers stand, and the salad oil brushes up. In an instant, waves of white smoke drifted away, and the unique mutton flavor of lamb changed from light to strong. Seeing that the time was approaching, Luo Zhang cleared his throat and shouted, "Selling lamb skewers is delicious. If they don't taste good, they won't cost anything. Selling roasted chives and chives to boost men's confidence and boost their spirit. Selling roasted oysters, 1 bite will greatly increase your strength." The flow of people coming and going to Mingyue Tower is already quite large, and in addition, across from Mingyue Tower is the famous Chuanxiang Tower in Chang'an City. So Luo Zhang's shout instantly caught the attention of many people, and their eyes turned to Luo Zhang's barbecue stall. In front of the Mingyue Tower, Luo Zhang's voice was like a thunderbolt, exploding in everyone's ears. After being stunned for a moment, a burst of ridicule echoed in my ears. Leaving aside the grilled oysters that no one has heard of before, is it just that eating roasted chives can revitalize one's spirit? That leek seller hasn't made a fortune yet. Although most people don't believe it, there are still some people walking towards Luo Zhang's booth. These people all walked out of the Chuanxiang building and came to the Luo Zhang stall knowing what they wanted to buy. "Brother, are you really such a magical leek?" the young man with a pale expression and a somewhat frivolous gait asked. Luo Zhang glanced at the young man and curled his lips. Obviously, the young master had been hollowed out by wine and lust, but it had nothing to do with him. He came to buy roasted chives to take care of his business. According to the old saying, customers are God. Of course, it's not me boasting. With just one piece of leek in your stomach, you're full of vigor and vigor. Of course, this young man is not bad at all, but eating my roasted leeks will make him even more powerful. I guarantee that the girls in the Spring Fragrance Tower will kneel and beg for mercy. Speaking, Luo Zhang gave the young man a look that you understand. Being praised by Luo Zhang like this, the young man also benefited greatly and couldn't help but burst out laughing, saying, "Not bad, I'm not bad at all. I just want to be more powerful. How do you sell this roasted leek?" "Not expensive, 1 silver or 2. Luo Zhang smiled like a fox stealing a chicken and extended a finger. "What?" the young man exclaimed in surprise. Not only did the young man marvel, but many people around the barbecue stall also looked at Luo Zhang with silly eyes, secretly disdaining him for being crazy about money. 1 or 2 silver coins, why don't you go grab it? I think he's just a scammer. People who attract attention from the public. The price of roasted chives was also determined by Luo Zhang after weighing. After trying roasted oysters, Luo Zhang gained an understanding of the system. According to the above, roasted chives can treat kidney deficiency. What is kidney deficiency? That's durability. Durability used to be the same as Wei Gu, but there's no such thing for sale here. It's scarce, and there's no man who doesn't want his abilities to be extraordinary and make the girl beg for mercy. Selling 1 or 2 silver coins is really not expensive. Luo Zhang thought it was not expensive, but everyone felt that Luo Zhang was being whimsical, with a constant stream of loud noises, laughter, and curses. Luo Zhang didn't pay much attention, but looked at the god in front of him and said, "Brother, you are my first guest today. How about this? You can try eating one first. If it works, you can give me money. If it doesn't work, you can come out and take down my stall. How about that?" The young man did not expect Luo Zhang to say such words, and even though everyone had said so, he did not refuse. Chives don't need to be roasted for long, let alone a single chive. In just a moment, Luo Zhang handed a sprinkled chive to the young man in front of him. The young man was not hesitant, and under the gaze of everyone, he ate the chives in one gulp. Everyone beside him stared at the young man, wanting to see if this majestic chive was truly as magical as Luo Zhang had said. However, the young man did not stay here for long. Instead, he turned around and walked towards the Chuanxiang Tower, preparing to find a girl to try the effect and see if what Luo Zhang said was true or false. The departure of the young man did not disperse the crowd. Apart from the strong wind chives, there were also grilled oysters, which are common in coastal areas. However, in Chang'an, there are no oysters at all, and it is normal for everyone not to know each other. At this moment, a burly young man preparing to enter the restaurant walked with a group of people to Luo Zhang's stall, glanced at Luo Zhang's barbecue stall, and fixed his gaze on the oysters. I said, "Fang Erlangzi, do you really believe what this kid is saying?" Beside the burly young man, a young master with a white robe and a fair face sneered. "That's right, if eating this thing can greatly increase a person's strength, then we can still practice it for nothing. I don't think it's reliable either." After the young master Bai Jing spoke up, the other young masters also praised and agreed. The burly young man shook his head and ignored these young masters. Instead, he looked at Luo Zhangdao and said, "How are you selling this?" When these young masters arrived, Luo Zhang also noticed them, and upon hearing the words of the pure young master, Luo Zhang was taken aback. Although he only graduated from high school and didn't go to college again, it was because his family didn't have money. When he was in school, his grades in language and math were average, but only his historical grades were good. If he remembers correctly, the nickname Fang Erlangzi, in the Tang Dynasty in Chang'an, was only Fang Xuanling's second son, Fang Yai, who enjoyed it alone. Is the person in front of me the love of a house? That guy who married Princess Gaoyang and had a green grassland on his head. Chapter 4. Hot Business. You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. De co lois ara trong quatrin lay text. Chapter 5. Heavenly Price Sheep Whip. You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. Listening to the repeated sounds of the system, Luo Zhang didn't have the time to check. The business in front of him was exceptionally hot, although he had some expectations in his heart, it still exceeded his imagination. When all the oysters were sold out, Luo Zhang's mouth curved. It seems that these people are really willing to sacrifice their lives to improve their strength. With a slight sigh, Luo Zhang smiled bitterly again. The oysters he had obtained from smashing eggs had already been sold out for 600 taels of silver, but the damn booth fee was 99%, and he only received a pitiful 594 won. This makes Luo Zhang very unfair. 600 taels of silver, that's 600 taels of silver. If you have so much silver, you can also go to the opposite Chuanxiang building to stroll and relieve yourself of the title of your first brother in 2 lifetimes. The opposition is invalid, and the silver has still been taken away. Fortunately, it's not without gains. I've earned so much in just a while. If there's enough goods, it can be accumulated. And this is just the beginning. After eating Luo Zhang's strong wind chives and promoting them to the young people who walked out of Chuanxiang building, Luo Zhang's strong wind chives also became popular. Deducting booth fees, Luo Zhang also brought in more than 400 won of income. Including the money from selling oysters and lamb skewers, Luo Zhang earned 1 or 2 silver today. Don't be fooled by the small amount of 1 or 2 silver coins, it's important to note that the average person in the Tang Dynasty only had so much food expenses for a month. Luo Zhanghua, as he had said before, as long as he was given the seasoning, he could become famous throughout Chang'an City. Of course, this is only the first step on the long march. It can be foreseen that if this continues, Luo Zhanghua's wish may indeed come true. All the things were sold out, and just as Luo Zhang was about to end his stall and rest at home, the Wang shopkeeper of Mingyue building came to Luo Zhang's side. After looking around, he whispered to Luo Zhang, do you still have that Xiongfeng leek? Give me one for my brother. Seeing manager Wang, Luo Zhang's lips showed a knowing smile, and after waiting for a long time, you finally agreed to come over. In fact, when there was a lot of noise outside, the shopkeeper Wang had already come out of the Mingyue building. After learning about the purpose of what Luo Zhang was selling, the shopkeeper Wang was planning to buy a Xiongfeng leek to try. However, there were many people who knew him here, and he couldn't help but squeeze into the crowd to buy Xiongfeng leeks. Isn't this a clear indication to others that he couldn't do it himself? Manager Wang, the Xiongfeng chives have already been sold out. You need to buy them tomorrow. However, I have better things here, but I don't know if you're willing to buy them. Luo Zhang smiled mysteriously. What better thing? Manager Wang was taken aback for a moment, but the next second he reacted and urgently asked, what good thing? Without much ado, Luo Zhang opened a bag beside him and took out the sheep whip he had obtained from smashing eggs. He waved it at the shopkeeper Wang and said, that's it. The shopkeeper Wang, who had been in the restaurant business for many years, naturally recognized what Luo Zhang was holding in his hand and said with some suspicion, the good thing you're talking about is a sheep whip. What's the use of this? Not to mention a sheep whip, I've drunk a lot of tiger whip wine, it's useless. Hee hee. Degree, of course, your thing cannot be compared to mine. This is my treasure, haven't you seen the chives before? Can that thing be compared to ordinary chives? The sheep whip is also different from the sheep whip. Luo Zhang praised it. Manager Wang thought for a moment and realized that this was really the case. Everyone knows and has eaten leeks, but other people's leeks do not have the function of a seal. I didn't see those guys eating these strong wind leeks and walking out of the Chuanxiang building with a strong and spirited spirit. If it weren't for seeing these, he wouldn't have come and bought them after everyone left. Thinking of this, Manager Wang looked at Luo Zhang and said, "How much is it?" Luo Zhang didn't hesitate, he just extended a palm and shook it. 50 taels. Manager Wang furrowed his eyebrows, not expecting this thing to be so expensive. Luo Zhang shook his head and said, "No, no, it's not 50 taels, but 500 taels. You're really ungrateful. You asked me for 500 taels. Have you forgotten who helped you when you were in trouble? You're really ruthless." Wang, the shopkeeper, angrily pointed at Luo Zhang and cursed. Hate value plus 666 from Wang Fugue, hate value plus 888 from Wang Fugue, from. Upon hearing the system prompt, Luo Zhang smiled bitterly. He didn't want to sell it so expensive either. He had originally thought he could sell it for 100 taels, but who knew that this broken system still charged a booth fee. Despite selling 500 taels, the system took 99% of it, and he only received 495 won. And he only hit one of these sheep whips, which made things rare and precious. 500 taels didn't seem expensive to Luo Zhang. This was something that could be used once and for all, and could directly turn the shopkeeper Wang into a great treasure. At present, the shopkeeper Luo Zhangchong waved and murmured in his ear, sometimes pointing to the things in his hand. After listening to Luo Zhang's explanation, Manager Wang remained skeptical. "Okay, shopkeeper Wang, you can eat the food first. If it doesn't work for you, I won't take a penny. Then you should trust me, right?" Upon hearing Luo Zhang's words, the shopkeeper Wang felt quite relieved. If it really had the same effect as Luo Zhang said, 500 taels of silver would not be expensive. The mother tiger at home scolded him every day for not being a man. He was worried that if one day the mother tiger couldn't help but take advantage of not looking for anyone else, he would be in trouble. You should know that many people who often come to restaurants for meals are thinking about their own. Don't say anything, just start grilling. Not much time, a roasted golden lamb whip with a layer of chili powder was handed to Manager Wang by Luo Zhang. Manager Wang reached out to take it, looked left and right, and then put it into his sleeve. Finally, he nodded at Luo Zhang and said, "If it works, come and get the silver tomorrow." Luo Zhang didn't pay much attention either. The reputation of Manager Wang is still guaranteed, and he has confidence in the system. He is afraid that Manager Wang will be able to take down the female tiger in the house tonight and remove the hat that is not a man from then on. Humming a tune, Luo Zhang leisurely returned home. Put the things in the corner, Luo Zhang closed the door, and then came to his bed to retrieve the money he had earned today. That's a total of 1048 won, which is what Luo Zhang earned today. Not to mention the 500 won on the side of Manager Wang, when we add it all up, his income today is over 1,500 won. Looking at the copper coins on the bed, Luo Zhang felt pain and happiness. Carefully put away the money, Luo Zhang lay on the bed, closed his eyes, and began to check the egg smashing system. Everything has been sold out today, and currently he only has yang bao left to sell. If he wants to set up a stall tomorrow, he will naturally have goods. The chives and oysters in his system have not been lit up and cannot be purchased with points, so the only way is to smash the eggs. After looking at the points, it was 104 points, while the threat value was 11,000. What are you waiting for? Just smash it 10 times in a row, and as a giant hammer falls, a golden egg is smashed by Luo Zhang. Congratulations to the host for winning the consolation award of a dozen oysters. Congratulations. A dozen oysters. Congratulations. A bundle of leeks. Congratulations. All prizes have been placed in the item list. Host, please check it in a timely manner. This time, Luo Zhang's luck was not very good. He did not receive the sheep whip and sheep treasure, only 7 dozen oysters and 3 bundles of leeks. It seems that these sheep whips and sheep treasures are both good things, not so easy to smash. Oysters and leeks are consolation prizes, while sheep whips and sheep treasures should be special items. Luo Zhang looked at the items in the inventory and thought to himself. Although it didn't hit the sheep whip and sheep treasure, having oysters and chives is also considered good. At least there is something for sale tomorrow. After smashing it all, Luo Zhang's gaze finally fell on the points. The martial arts school had previously said that one could learn martial arts through points, but he didn't know how to learn it. Just as Luo Zhang lay in bed pondering how to learn martial arts through points. Bang! With a loud bang, Luo Zhang's door turned into 4 petals and fell to the ground. Step. 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 A few heavy footsteps came from the door, and the leader was none other than Zhao Tianhu, who bullied Luo Zhang this afternoon and was scolded by a mysterious expert. At the first moment when the door shattered, Luo Zhang got up from the bed and stared at the door. He didn't expect Zhao Tianhu to find him here. After thinking for a while, I couldn't figure out why Zhao Tianhu came to find him. Kid, do you think you can run? Zhao Tianhu took a chair from the dining table and sat down with a golden knife, looking at Luo Zhang's cold mouth. Chapter 6. Home Seeking Revenge. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Zhao Tianhu. What are you doing here? Luo Zhang stared at the arrogant and domineering Zhao Tianhu, thinking that if you're not nervous, it's all a lie. However, his words were not so polite. If it had been noon, he wouldn't have spoken like that. At that time, he was just an ordinary person, but now it's different. After eating a dozen oysters, Luo Zhang has become a warrior, and even a warrior in the 8th level of the body-quenching realm. This is his confidence. At least in terms of aura, one cannot lose. At least labor and capital are also martial artists with 8 levels of hardened body. How can one know who is strong and who is weak without fighting? Even if they are defeated, they can only run away. What am I doing here? Don't you know? Tell me, where are those 2 people with you? As long as you speak up, I can take it easy on you. Zhao Tianhu said with a soft smile. It turned out to be looking for someone, which relieved Luo Zhang. I don't know those 2 people, as you saw at noon. They came to my aid when faced with injustice. Did you find the wrong partner when you asked me for someone? Do you think I'll believe you, kid? Will someone do something like this these days? I advise you to speak up quickly, otherwise. Although Zhao Tianhu didn't say the remaining words, the meaning was self-evident. Being threatened like this, coupled with being beaten up by Zhao Tianhu at noon, Luo Zhang's anger gradually rose. Staring angrily at Zhao Tianhu, he said indifferently, if I say I don't know, I just don't know. If you want to take action, just come over. Ha! It's been a while since I last saw you, kid. Since you're saying that, brothers, help me loosen his bones and see if he can remember. Zhao Tianhu sneered disdainfully. In his opinion, Luo Zhang is just an ordinary person, just let him knead and flatten it. The boss ordered that the younger brothers naturally wouldn't be polite and rushed towards Luo Zhang. Bang! Bang! Surrounded and beaten by 4 or 5 people, Luo Zhang's left support and right block improved his level, but he didn't know how to deal with people. Even if he fought in his past life, most people wouldn't do much, at most he would curse a few words. Triggering martial arts, fist techniques, available for selection, Shaolin Long Fist, Wild Ball Fist, Tai Chi, Baji Fist. Currently, there is no martial arts skill available. Do you want to learn boxing? Own 104 points. Luo Zhang, who was being beaten up by others, couldn't help but be taken aback when he heard the sound of the sweet system. Then his heart became ecstatic. When Zhao Tianhu and others didn't arrive, he was studying how to learn this martial arts. Unexpectedly, the accidental hit triggered the martial arts and boxing techniques, which was really timely. At present, Luo Zhang didn't have the time to study how this was triggered. He glanced at Lin Lang's full range of fist techniques and with a sudden movement of his mind, he learned the 8 Extremes Fist. Learn martial arts with points, 8 Extremes Fist, consume 1000 points, realm, 8 Extremes Fist small achievement. Remaining points, 4 points. As soon as the system finished speaking, countless experiences of the 8 Extremes Fist flooded into Luo Zhang's mind. If one were to learn the 8 Extremes Fist normally, it would take at least 10 years to reach the level of Xiaocheng, but in this moment, Luo Zhang learned it. This made Luo Zhang's eyes bright. When a strong man waved a stick at him, Luo Zhang just dodged on his side, then made a gorgeous turn and punched the strong man's back. With a punch, the strong man sprayed blood and flew backwards. In the blink of an eye, the 4 or 5 strong men gathered around Luo Zhang were taken down by him. Zhao Tianhu, who was originally sitting in a chair with a calm face, couldn't help but feel a bit dumbfounded. Just haven't seen you in half a day. Did this kid take a big tonic? So powerful. Is this still the kid who was beaten all over the floor searching for teeth by himself at noon? Watching Luo Zhang walk towards him, Zhao Tianhu didn't dare to sit there carelessly. He stood up and looked at Luo Zhang with a serious expression on his face. From just when Luo Zhang took action, he saw that Luo Zhang had definitely become a warrior, and his martial arts level was not low. After thinking for a while, he couldn't understand why Luo Zhang was different from before, as if he had changed someone else. Kid, have you developed skills? How dare you fight back? Since you don't know how to praise him, don't blame Tiger Lord for his ruthlessness. After finishing speaking, Zhao Tianhu stepped forward and rushed towards Luo Zhang. At this moment, Luo Zhang was full of confidence. When Zhao Tianhu rushed towards him, he snorted lightly and also welcomed him. At the beginning of the battle, both of their bodies trembled and they retreated. Luo Zhang took 2 steps back, while Zhao Tianhu only took 1 step back, indicating the difference between the two. Luo Zhang reached the 8th level of the quenching state, while Zhao Tianhu reached the 9th level of the quenching state. Don't underestimate a certain realm, sometimes it's just a gap that some people can't break through in their lifetime. Zhao Tianhu furrowed his brows, but was shocked in his heart. He had indeed gained the upper hand with a punch just now, but you should know that he was already in his 30s, and how old was this kid in front of him? At the age of 17 or 18, I am at the age of the heavens. At the age of 17 or 18, he had the strength to be on par with him. If it were in a few more years, would that be enough? Aren't you going to be abused by him? No, we can't let this kid grow up. Even if we can't find out the whereabouts of those people today, we must exterminate this kid. Thinking of this, Zhao Tianhu's gaze showed a murderous intent, his body shook, and his figure flashed in front of Luo Zhang. He clenched his fist in his right hand and shouted loudly, Wang Ba Fist. Wang Ba Quan. Is there such a boxing technique? Luo Zhang's forehead was black-lined. Looking at the approaching fist, Luo Zhang moved his steps and took a step back, while placing his hands on the front door. Bang! A muffled sound came out, and Luo Zhang's feet swept backwards. The power of Zhao Tianhu's punch is evident. Stopping, Luo Zhang lowered his arms covered in purple and red, and he grinned in pain. He has never suffered such a loss since he was so old, and it's really frustrating in his heart. Madun, Zhao Tianhu, this is what you forced me to do. Don't blame labor and management for being impolite. Luo Zhang gritted his teeth and took out 2 balls from a bag on his sleeve. These were baked together when he was eating oysters before, just in case he needed them. He didn't expect to use them so soon. The system has introduced that eating the Yangbao quenched body realm roast food can greatly increase its combat power by 200%. He is now at the 8th level of the quenched body realm, and with this food, his strength can reach the 1st level of the Kaimai realm. As soon as his eyes closed, Luo Zhang swallowed the sheep treasure into his stomach. In an instant, Luo Zhang felt a fever all over his body, and at the same time, he, who was originally thin, became taller and his muscles were bursting. Zhao Tianhu, who was standing not far away and saw all of this, was about to stare down. "Kid, what are you eating?" Zhao Tianhu swallowed his saliva and asked. Feeling the change in himself, Luo Zhang coldly glanced at Zhao Tianhu without paying any attention to him. Instead, he stepped forward and rushed towards Zhao Tianhu like a bulldozer. "Stick to the mountain." Bang! With just one move, Zhao Tianhu was knocked away by Luo Zhang, and blood spurted out of his mouth. Even this Luo Zhang didn't let him go. He took a step forward and grabbed Zhao Tianhu, slapping him up. Zhao Tianhu, who had been slapped, turned 360 degrees in place and fell to the ground. 3 or 4 teeth fell from the ground, indicating the weight of Luo Zhang's slap. The slap was so crisp that it left Zhao Tianhu's subordinate stunned. They know the strength of their own boss, which is the 9th level of the quenched body realm. Furthermore, it is like a pulse-opening mirror. This is a great master in front of ordinary people, but was slapped away by the young man in front of them. Hate value from Zhao Tianhu plus 1000, hate value from Jiang Xiaoyu plus 1000, hate value from Ma Shao Tian plus 1000, from. At the moment when Zhao Tianhu fell to the ground, the hatred value of the egg smashing system flashed across the screen, which ruined Luo Zhangla. He had just smashed 10 times in a row, but didn't hit any good things. When he was dozing off, someone brought a pillow. The corners of Luo Zhang's mouth cracked and he smiled brilliantly. After so many days in the Tang Dynasty, he kept a low voice and was easily bullied. Today, he finally vented his anger, and Luo Zhang felt very happy in his heart. With a step, he walked towards Zhao Tianhu again, lifting him up completely. Cough. Dare you hit me? Kid, you're in trouble. Hurry up and let go of me, otherwise you'll die a miserable life. Zhao Tianhu covered his cheek and kicked wildly, shouting. Pop! Luo Zhang slapped Zhao Tianhu's left cheek again. Originally, only the right cheek was swollen, but now it has finally become symmetrical, leaving a few teeth on the ground again. Pop. Hate value from Zhao Tianhu plus 1000, U. Pop. Hate value from Zhao Tianhu plus 1000, tell you to bully the labor management, charge me protection fees, and see if the labor management won't kill you. Pop. Pop. Chapter 7. Slacking Yuya. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Luo Zhang slapped and slapped Zhao Tianhu's face, and within a few moments, Zhao Tianhu's face became swollen like a pig's head, making it impossible to see. If someone familiar with him saw Zhao Tianhu, they might not recognize him at all. It's not that Luo Zhang wants to keep slapping Zhao Tianhu, but every time he slaps, his hatred value slowly increases and never stops. How could he let go of such a good opportunity to pull hatred? Perhaps it was because of some cramps in his hands that he wanted to use a different torture method. Luo Zhang threw Zhao Tianhu to the ground, lifted his big foot, and prepared to kick him. Zhao Tianhu squinted his small eyes and quickly got up and knelt on the ground, kowtowing, Big brother, I was wrong. I really was wrong. I shouldn't have charged you protection money, I shouldn't have hit you, I shouldn't. Big brother, I have people and children, please let me go. Zhao Tianhu was scared, he was really scared. He didn't expect that Luo Zhang's strength would be so high and he would be ruthless. In his opinion, Luo Zhang is a devil, and what he does in Dongshi on a daily basis is nothing but a child. Luo Zhang rolled his eyes and saw that there were old and young people on top, and this way of begging for mercy has been passed down for thousands of years. Let me let you go. Why didn't you let me go before? Tell me, what other bad things did you do? If I were honest, I might let you go. Remember, being honest is lenient, resisting is strict. Luo Zhang joked. Zhao Tianhu was taken aback for a moment, lenient in his confession and strict in his resistance. What is this? Although he didn't understand the meaning, he understood the previous words. I once took ginseng from the shopkeeper's shop in Dongshi. Hate value from Zhao Tianhu plus 1000, I don't pay for food at manager Wang's shop. Hate value from Zhao Tianhu plus 1000, I often visit widow Wang's house. I stole Ma's wife's belly pocket when I was 8 years old. Hate value from Zhao Tianhu plus 1000, I peeked at it when I was 5 years old. Taking a shower. I hate value from Zhao Tianhu plus 1000, listening to the pile after pile of things Zhao Tianhu said and the bad things he had done before. Luo Zhang rolled his eyes. Zhao Tianhu was really bad to the bone, and even did bad things at the age of 5. He was simply scumbags and scumbags. After talking for half an hour, Zhao Tianhu stopped and kowtowed to Luo Zhang, saying, Big brother, big brother. I've said it all, it's really gone. You have a lot, please spare me. I'm sorry to bother you, but you ruined my business today. How can I calculate this amount? My business is worth millions of dollars per minute. Cough cough. A few taels of silver. Luo Zhang snorted coldly. I'll compensate, I'll compensate. This is 50 taels. Please let me go, Grandpa. As Zhao Tianhu spoke, he was about to take out a silver cake from his wallet, but unexpectedly, it was snatched away by Luo Zhang. Grandpa, you can't do this. That's all I have, Looking at the money bag held by Luo Zhang in his hand, Zhao Tianhu felt like crying without tears. Hate value from Zhao Tianhu plus 1000, from. Listening to the system prompt sound, Luo Zhang knew that Zhao Tianhu was not willing to accept it, but regardless of him, as long as he was strong, he couldn't make any waves. Having taken Zhao Tianhu's money bag, how could his subordinates escape Luo Zhang's poisonous hands? Not much time, the system sound started ringing. From. Hate value plus 1000 inch, from. After torturing Zhao Tianhu's younger brother for a while, Luo Zhang searched them all and threw them directly out of the door. Luo Zhang also wanted to eliminate Zhao Tianhu and his companions as a last resort, but in the end, he gave up. His subordinates must have known about Zhao Tianhu's visit to him. Once Zhao Tianhu disappeared, the first person he suspected was him. This is the Tang Dynasty, and he has no authority or power. If he is really caught, his strength in the quenching state is not enough to judge. Watching Zhao Tianhu and the others help each other escape, Luo Zhang furrowed his brows. He was not looking at Zhao Tianhu, but at the empty gate. The gate was broken, and he was afraid he wouldn't be able to sleep here tonight. Weighing the money bag in his hand, Luo Zhang laughed. A few minutes passed, and there was not a penny missing from the money bag. The system did not search for his silver. That is to say, only the silver from selling barbecue products will be collected by the system, which will increase the points, and the additional income will not be included. He, break the system, let's see how you're still blocking guys from getting rich. Opening the money bag, Luo Zhang counted it carefully and found that there were over 100 taels of silver. Although these silver coins were not enough to buy a house in Chang'an, buying a small shop was enough. I have been working in Dongshi for a long time, and I am clear about which store is doing well and whether it needs to be transferred. Glancing at the barbecue grill in the corner, Luo Zhang directly put it into the system, where all system items can be stored, which saved Luo Zhang some trouble. Glancing at the room and seeing that there was nothing to bring, Luo Zhang strode towards the East Market. Before the curfew in Chang'an, Luo Zhang finally arrived at the door of a shop in Dongshi. The door of the store has the words, Lao Wang Xiaobing, baked cake and griddle, shop written on it. The store door is closed, but there are lots of lights inside. Luo Zhang knocked on the door and heard an old man's cough inside, cough. Who are you looking for? The shop has closed. If you want to buy Xiaobing, baked cake and griddle, go early tomorrow. The old man coughed twice and said without opening the door. Grandpa Wang, I'm Luo Zhang. I have something to do with you. Half an hour later, Luo Zhang stood in front of Lao Wang's Xiaobing, baked cake and griddle, shop and sent the happy Uncle Wang away. Then he turned around and closed the shop. Looking at Lao Wang's Xiaobing, baked cake and griddle, shop, Luo Zhang's mouth opened and he laughed happily. Brother, you also have a facade. This is the first store owned by Luo Zhang when he came to Datang. Although it is a bit small, Luo Zhang is very happy. Whether in this life or in his previous life, he sold barbecue as a guerrilla, let alone having a shop. Now that this shop is Luo Zhang's first in 2 lifetimes, he is naturally very happy. The small shop is not big, only about 10 square meters, and Mr. Wang has taken all the items he should take to his daughter's house. Luo Zhang cleaned the small shop and lay on the bed. People lie down, but their hearts still struggle to calm down. Recalling what happened that day, he felt as if he were dreaming. From his first day in the Tang Dynasty until now, he has been constantly bullied and his life has been miserable. However, after obtaining that system today, everything has changed. Thinking of this, Luo Zhang quickly checked the system. He had previously triggered his martial arts skills in a fight with Zhao Tianhu, which helped him understand how the Martial Arts Academy learned martial arts. For example, when he uses his fist to fight Zhao Tianhu, it triggers his martial arts. If he is holding a sword in his hand and fighting with others, it triggers his swordsmanship. And each type of martial arts is divided into small achievements, great achievements, mastery, and master. Xiaocheng only requires 1,000 points, while Dasheng requires 10,000 points, mastering 100,000 points. As for the Master's Realm, it requires 1,000,000 points, which is astonishing to see. After looking at the remaining points, Luo Zhang couldn't help but smile bitterly. He had only achieved a small success in martial arts. He only had 4 points left from the 104 points he had earned hard today. If he wanted to achieve great success, he didn't know when, let alone master it. However, Luo Zhang did not lose heart. Until now, the hatred value of the egg smashing system was still constantly flashing on the screen, and it was only Zhao Tianhu and a few others who contributed their hatred value. In just a moment, his points once again reached 1,000,000, enough for him to smash 10 times in a row. I didn't hit anything good before, but I don't know how lucky I am this time. There's nothing to say, just smash it. Bayu bayu bayu, the giant hammer fell and the egg shattered. Congratulations to the host for winning the consolation award of 12 oysters. Congratulations. A bundle of leeks. Congratulations to the host for winning a sheep treasure. Congratulations to the host for winning the comfort award for 1 pound of mushrooms. Congratulations to the host for winning a pair of chicken wings. Congratulations to the host for receiving a bottle of Guo Tou. All prizes have been placed in the item list. Host, please check it in a timely manner. The host has lit up the oyster, leek, sheep whip, and sheep treasure icons, which can be purchased with points. Upon hearing the system prompt, Luo Zhang was momentarily stunned. Sleeping trough, this is something new. Nice. You said, immortal board, but you even have Guo Tou. This system is quite peculiar. Looking at the 4 illuminated icons below the points, Luo Zhang laughed heartily. Chives and oysters are his biggest weapons for making money, and relying on smashing eggs to obtain them is too little, let alone the help from Yang Bao. If it weren't for Yang Bao today, the outcome between him and Zhao Tianhu would still be unknown. Now that the icon is lit up, he only needs to purchase with points. Chapter 8. Guo Tou, 1 bottle. You are listening at novelfull.audio. After reading the illuminated icons in the point section, Luo Zhang's gaze shifted to the items section. In addition to the previously smashed oyster and leek inventory, 4 icons were also lit up in the items section. Mushrooms, chicken wings, sheep treasure, and Guo Tou. Below them were inventory quantities. At this point, his inventory includes 12 dozen oysters, 4 bundles of leeks, 1 pound of mushrooms, a pair of chicken wings, 1 lamb treasure, and a bottle of Guo Tou. Without paying attention to anything else or seeing the function of new things, Luo Zhang's gaze was fixed on the Guo Tou icon, drooling. With a sudden movement of his mind, Guo Tou was taken out by him. Looking at the iconic 5-pointed star in Guo Tou, Luo Zhang's face was filled with tears. Guo Tou, how long has it been since you last drank it, buddy? Even Tang Dynasty liquor is like plain water, and the famous Sanla Jiang is not worthy of its name. Guo Tou is still delicious. Without further ado, the bottle cap was opened and Luo Zhang held onto the bottle and started blowing. Gudu. Gudu. Refreshing. It's just that the momentum is a bit strong. A bottle of Guo Tou was taken down, and Luo Zhang closed his eyes and fell asleep soundly. Inside, the moonlight shone on Luo Zhang's body, casting a faint silver glow. And within Luo Zhang's body, earth-shattering changes are taking place. He had originally reached the 8th level of the quenching state, but at this moment, his state suddenly skyrocketed. In just a moment, he broke through to the 9th level, and black greasy substances appeared on the surface of his body again. This hasn't stopped yet, with a muffled sound coming out. Luo Zhang's originally blocked muscles and veins were shattered by tremendous energy. In just a short moment, 9 blocked meridians were opened, and the momentum remained unstoppable. It was not until 18 meridians were opened that it stopped. If Luo Zhang is awake, he is afraid that he will fly happily into the sky. At this moment, he actually reached the realm of the 2nd layer of the pulse opening mirror. You should know that many people will never break through the Kaimai mirror in their lifetime, and there is a huge gap between the Kaimai mirror and the quenched body realm. The quenching state is just the foundation, and only by becoming a pulse-opening mirror can one be considered a true warrior. And Luo Zhang has reached the 2nd level. From an ordinary person to a martial artist, it only took Luo Zhang a day. You should know that the room was a fool who reached the 4th level of the Kaimai mirror. However, he had been practicing martial arts since childhood and had to endure for more than a decade to reach his current level. He was still stuck in the 3rd level of the Kaimai mirror and couldn't break through. In the end, he relied on Luo Zhang's oysters to break through to the 4th level. The rapid breakthrough speed of Luo Zhang may startle a bunch of people's chins if it were to be spread. Of course, the biggest possibility is being caught and interrogated to uncover the secret of breakthrough. When he was sunbathing for 3 years, Luo Zhang finally woke up leisurely and stretched lazily. This was the most comfortable sleep he had ever had when he came to the Tang Dynasty. Opening his eyes, Luo Zhang was still a bit confused. The next moment, he saw the wine bottle at hand, which reminded him of last night. I drank Guo Tou. Shouldn't there be anything wrong? I was so happy last night that I didn't even see its effectiveness. If there were any special effects, wouldn't I be miserable? Muttering to himself, Luo Zhang quickly checked his body. It doesn't matter if you don't look at it, it startles you at first glance. Sleeping slot. Did you break through, buddy? Did you break through with just 1 bottle of Guo Tou? Am I a maiden opening mirror warrior? Shit, why didn't you see the function of Guo Tou? There won't be any after effects if I break through like this. Luo Zhang was a bit confused, but he broke through too quickly, just like riding a rocket. Breaking through so quickly would make anyone feel anxious. After careful examination, Luo Zhang finally breathed a sigh of relief. My body is fine, not only is it fine, but it's also fine. Due to breaking through to the opening meridian mirror, 18 meridians were opened, and Luo Zhang's strength increased once again. If the 9th layer of the quenched body realm can have a power of 100 pounds, then breaking through to the open pulse mirror will have a power of 1,000 pounds. Luo Zhang is the 2nd layer of the open pulse mirror, and his power is doubled, reaching 2,000 pounds. At this point, even if there is a cow in front of Luo Zhang, he can easily lift it up. If you eat Yangbao, he can instantly reach 4,000 pounds of power, and Yang Bao can increase his combat power by 100% when facing the pulse mirror. If he encounters Zhao Tianhu again, Luo Zhang may be able to kill him with just one finger, which is the difference between the opening pulse mirror and the quenching body state. Improving one's strength is certainly worth celebrating, but without money, it is not enough. Moreover, Luo Zhang wants to reach the ultimate level of the 8 Extremes Fist, which requires 10,000 points to be converted into silver, which is a total of 10,000 taels. So after being happy for a while, Luo Zhang took a shower, tidied up, and flipped through before leaving the store. It was too late yesterday. Although the Wang Xiaobing, baked cake and griddle, shop was set up, the plaque has not been replaced, which is of course not good. In addition, the food materials were not bought, so Luo Zhang suddenly became busy. The plaque is not troublesome. In a shop in Dongshi, Luo Zhang selected a piece of elm wood and asked the owner to engrave the words, Tang Dynasty Barbecue Shop, on it. This was something he had planned for a long time. He wanted to sell barbecue throughout the entire Tang Dynasty, even outside the region, so the name should naturally be more atmospheric and representative. I made an appointment with the owner of the plaque shop to change the plaque, but he gave me 2 taels of silver in pain. Luo Zhang rushed to the meat shop, which was located in the south of Dongshi. Every day, there were crowds of people here, and the cart was rolling, shouting and cursing were incessant, no different from the vegetable market in later generations. Luo Zhang found a familiar lamb shop owner and ordered a whole lamb. He asked him to cut it open and deliver it to the Tang Dynasty barbecue shop, and also agreed to give one every day. The happy boss grinned to the ear. This is a big deal, 1 lamb is 2 taels of silver. 2 taels of silver are not much for Luo Zhang now. As long as this sheep is sold, he can earn 3 taels of silver, which is still the income after being exploited by the system. Otherwise, with this 1 sheep, Luo Zhang can earn several tens of taels. The most important thing is to earn a large number of points, even if the profit is small. Making money still relies on the ingredients smashed from eggs. Of course, the faster way is to rob families and houses, like intercepting Zhao Tianhu, and become rich overnight. But Luo Zhang dare not. The laws of the Tang Dynasty were not a joke. It was understandable to rob Zhao Tianhu before. To do so openly would be to seek death. While Luo Zhang was busy, outside the city and outside the right guard camp, Zhao Tianhu, with a swollen face like a pig's head, came down here with the help of a few subordinates. He naturally came here not to play, but to find his backer Cai Jingtang. Last night, Zhao Tianhu was beaten up like that by Luo Zhang. How could he swallow this breath? If this spreads, he won't work in Dongshi in the future. When Cai Jingtang came out of the camp and saw Zhao Tianhu, who looked like a pig's head, his eyes twitched and his tongue stuttered. How did you do this? Who made you look like this? As the saying goes, when it comes to beating a dog, it all depends on the owner. If Zhao Tianhu is beaten like this, it means not giving him face. Moreover, Zhao Tianhu has a lot of filial piety every month, so he naturally needs to care about it. Chai Xiao. Just shouting Chai Xiao, Zhao Tianhu knelt on the ground and burst into tears. A 7-foot man actually knelt on the ground and cried, but I wonder how hard he felt in his heart. Of course, there are also many elements of seeking sympathy. Cry. What are you crying for? If you have anything to do, just say it. Cai Jingtang kicked Zhao Tianhu over and cursed. Knowing that Cai Jingtang was angry, Zhao Tianhu quickly got up and knelt down, saying, "It was that kid yesterday. I went to ask that kid about something, but he beat me up and robbed me of the money. That's the money I'm going to pay you as a filial piety." What did you say? Did you get beaten by an ordinary person? Didn't your head twitch, did you? Cai Jingtang said with a skeptical expression. Zhao Tianhu's mouth was full of bitterness. Let alone Cai Jingtang, others wouldn't believe it, but the fact is, who knew that kid suddenly turned into such a demon? At present, Zhao Tianhu recounted the matter in full detail. Seeing Zhao Tianhu's resolute words, Chai Jingtang hesitated and said, "Have you ever investigated why this happened?" "I checked, I heard that kid was in front of Mingyue Tower yesterday." "Oh. Food that can enhance strength. Did Fang Erlangzi break through the first level after eating one?" Chai Jingtang narrowed his eyes slightly. "Not only. But also many people have made breakthroughs. I wonder if that kid has obtained some treasure, which is why his strength has greatly improved. This thing can make Fang Erlangzi break through, and naturally it can also make you break through. If we get this thing, then..." Zhao Tianhu said and stopped, his purpose being self-evident. "You did a good job in this matter, so you can keep an eye on that kid for me now, and I'll bring someone over later," Chai Jingtang ordered. With the words of Chai Jingtang, Zhao Tianhu was naturally overjoyed and quickly took his subordinates back to the city to arrange. Hate value from Zhao Tianhu plus 1000 from Chapter 9. Smashing the Scene. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. In Chang'an City, as soon as Luo Zhang returned to the shop after buying the ingredients, he heard a sweet prompt sound from the system. He was momentarily taken aback. Zhao Tianhu is really not giving up. He has been contributing his hatred value all night and is really a good person. Luo Zhang didn't care about Zhao Tianhu. For him, Zhao Tianhu was already in the past tense and couldn't stir up waves. If Zhao Tianhu dared to come and cause trouble, he didn't mind teaching him how to be a good person. The ingredients and plaques have not been delivered yet, and Luo Zhang didn't waste time either. He tidied up the room well and set up a shed in front of the door. He took out the barbecue grill and moved it out. After everything was cleaned up, Luo Zhang took out the small horse given by the system and sat there waiting. Of course, he didn't just sit there and wait for nothing, but started checking the system. Last night, he drank Guo Tou and slept until dawn, before he could check the newly drawn things. He vaguely remembered drawing new ingredients last night, such as leeks, oysters, sheep whips, and the sheep treasure icon also lit up, but he didn't have time to check. As soon as his mind moved, the system came to Luo Zhang's mind. In the item list, the mushroom and chicken wing icons flashed, with inventory of 1 pound and a pair, respectively. The functions of leeks and oysters have brought great benefits to Luo Zhang, but it is unknown what special effects these mushrooms and chicken wings have. Mushrooms, after grilling, can be washed and pitted to improve qualifications. Taking them below the qi state is ineffective. P.S. Please prepare a toilet. Chicken wings, after being grilled, can widen meridians and have a miraculous effect on opening meridians. P.S. Use with caution. Wash hair and cut pulp. Enhance qualifications. This thing is good, buddy. He's an ordinary person, and his qualifications may not be good. But with this mushroom, he's also afraid of yarn. What the hell is preparing a toilet? Well, chicken wings are also good. They can broaden meridians and should be used to enhance the realm of the opening meridian mirror. This quantity is a bit small, only a pair, it seems to be quite precious. Use with caution. Is there any danger in eating it? Ma Dan, why did the labor and management drink Guo Tou last night? I didn't even notice the function of Guo Tou, but on the other hand, the taste of Guo Tou is really memorable. Luo Zhang smacked his lips and sighed in his heart. Looking down, in the points bar, there are 4 icons that have already been lit up, which are the same ingredients as leeks and oysters that were drawn when activating the system. The number below the leek is 2, the oyster is 4, the sheep whip is 10, and the sheep treasure is 20. These numbers represent the points required for redemption, and I can't help but curl my lips when I look at the rules. It's okay to exchange points for leeks and oysters, but there are too many points for exchanging sheep whips and sheep treasures. You should know that selling 1 or 2 silver coins only earns 1 point. If you want to exchange this sheep treasure, you need a total of 20 taels of silver in sales. Lost a fight with Zhao Tianhu and ended up earning 20 points. Zhao Tianhu, as the dog calls him, will be punished again one day. Luo Zhang said indignantly. At this moment, a middle-aged man with two young men pushed a cart to the door of Luo Zhang. Seeing this, Luo Zhang quickly welcomed him, who had come to install a plaque. Is it still called a new store if the opening plaque of the new store is not changed? Just as the plaque was installed, a whole lamb that had been ordered in the morning was also delivered, and Luo Zhang was naturally busy again. Although he helped you divide the lamb, the meticulous work still had to be done by himself. It took a full 2 hours for Luo Zhang to categorize the entire sample, including lamb skewers, lamb chops, lamb legs, lamb scorpions, lamb hooves, and lamb tendons, with a complete variety and meticulous division of labor. Luo Zhang also wanted to buy some vegetables, but there were too few vegetables to choose from in the Tang Dynasty. Not only were they few, but they were also extremely expensive, much more expensive than meat. These things are usually affordable for wealthy families. But smashing the egg only produced a leak, nothing else. Currently, meat is the main food, and maybe there will be other vegetables in the future. It wasn't until the afternoon, when the sun was slightly west, that Luo Zhang finally caught fire. The skewers of lamb, lamb chops, and scorpions were arranged, and the oil was brushed. White smoke rose, and the fragrance suddenly spread towards the surroundings. Originally, the front door of the Luo Zhang gate was filled with a sparrow, but there were not many people. However, the spread of this aroma caused many people to stop and follow the scent towards Luo Zhang's barbecue stall. Seeing a guest coming to his door, Luo Zhang chuckled and gasped, selling barbecue, delicious lamb skewers. If it's not delicious, it's free. Xiong Feng Jiucai, you become a real man with just one lower belly bun. Premium oysters, you can improve your strength by eating them. Luo Zhang only took out these 2 items for sale. As for the sheep whip, sheep treasure, and the mushrooms and chicken wings he drew last night, he did not take them out. Firstly, the quantity of the items was too small, and secondly, he did not enjoy them himself, so he was not willing to take them out for others to eat. Of course, if someone has special needs, they will also use their points to exchange for sheep whips. However, the price is not 500 taels, but 1,000 taels. Even if it is 1,000 taels, Luo Zhang feels at a loss. After all, the system charges a booth fee of 99%. If he sells 1,000 taels, he will only get 991, not even 1 or 2 silver. With Luo Zhang's shout, many people immediately gathered around. These people were not only attracted by the aroma of barbecue, but also by what Luo Zhang had just said. A leek can become a real man, and an oyster can enhance one's strength. These 2 things have unparalleled appeal in the Tang Dynasty, ranging from an old man in his 70s to a teenager in his teens. Young man, how do you sell this lamb skewer? 3 per string, if it's not delicious, don't pay. What is leek? What about oysters? How much does oyster cost? You are really ignorant. This person set up a stall at Mingyue Tower yesterday. Don't be fooled by the fact that things are not cheap, but they are real. I won't tell you anything. I didn't buy them yesterday, but today I must buy Xiongfen leeks. Let my little concubine kneel and beg for mercy. I went to Mingyue Tower early in the morning to wait, but I didn't expect him to have a shop here. I'm not afraid I won't be able to find a place now. I need to inform my young master quickly. Yes, I also need to notify. Listening to the discussions around him, Luo Zhang almost laughed and let out a pig's cry. Those who were surrounded and left the notification person were all money. Business should be good today. Give me a leek. Give me an oyster. I want 10 chives. Hey, old man, please take it easy. You need to act within your abilities with these powerful chives. 1 stick is enough. Why do you want so much? I want to make the Spring Fragrance Tower famous. Cow, this old man is really a cow. Omega, just as the sale of Luo Zhang was booming, a group of people from Fang Erlangzi, who bought Luo Zhang barbecue yesterday, rushed over. Many more people also came along. It is believed that after witnessing Fang Erlangzi's breakthrough yesterday, these people were also moved. But in the next moment, Luo Zhang became puzzled. Yesterday, he wanted to buy a house with 20 oysters in one go, including Erlangzi and Beijing Gongzi. Today, he just stood outside to watch, but didn't buy any. But soon Luo Zhang found out the answer. Hate value plus 666 from Xueju, hate value from Qing Chuliang plus 777 from. Hate value from Fang Jun is 1000 plus. Upon hearing the sweet prompt sound from the system, Luo Zhang furrowed his brows slightly, wondering if they were thinking. Although he had an answer in his heart, Luo Zhang did not act rashly. These people are all second-generation wealthy and not easy to provoke. However, if they really want to do something, they themselves are not afraid of them. Don't forget, this barbecue stall has additional attributes. I have control over my territory, and on this 1 acre and 3 fen plot, these people are just trying to kill themselves. Otherwise, wouldn't my booth fee be in vain? After yesterday's incident, Luo Zhang's business is really good. Not far away, the group of people who followed Fang Jun to this place became somewhat anxious. Fang Jun, we've sold a lot of oysters. Aren't we going to take action yet? What if we sell out the goods in a while? Don't worry. Hey, Xueju, when will the person you're shouting arrive? Almost. Tap. Tap. A group of officers and soldiers rode high-headed horses towards the Luozhang store, and the people along the way avoided each other. Look, this isn't here. Oh, no, this is not the person I called out to. Who is this? Did you think of going with us? Chai Jingtang. What is he doing here? The person who came is none other than Zhao Tianhu's backer, Chai Jingtang. Chapter 10. Splashing Dirty Water. You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. In front of the Tang Dynasty barbecue shop, a group of officers and soldiers suddenly arrived, which surprised many diners. I don't know what happened. However, Luo Zhang was the first to know that the system prompt started flashing the screen as soon as these people arrived. Hate value plus 666 from Chai Jingtang, hate value from Zhao Tianhu plus 1000 from Chai Jingtang. Is this Zhao Tianhu's backing? The Chai family. Make way, everyone make way, the city guards are in charge, everyone retreat. Brother Chai, you have to come over this small matter yourself, isn't it a bit of a big deal? Just tell my brother that it's okay, I'll just help you catch the person and send them over. The officers and soldiers, led by 2 tall horses, wore bright silver armor, a silver helmet on their head, and official boots on their feet. They were talking to a young man next to them, who was tall and of similar age, wearing a green robe and jade belt. Listening to their conversation, Luo Zhang seemed nothing more than an ant to them, and the fact was indeed true. The city guard had the importance of guarding Chang'an, and every officer and soldier was selected extremely strictly. Without the strength of 6 or more levels of physical cultivation, there was no qualification for selection, and the position of colonel needed to reach the level of a pulse-opening mirror. When a team of officers and soldiers arrived, Fang Jun and his group were also taken aback. Who called the city guard? I didn't scream. I don't have it either. Isn't that Chai Jingtang? Next to him is Zhang Depeng, right? What are they doing here? Are they also looking for this kid? This is not good. If this kid is caught by them, what will happen to our plan? Yeah, I don't believe in Chai Jingtang. Zhang Depeng will let us have a share of the pie. At present, Xueju and a few others began to discuss in a low voice. Luo Zhang naturally didn't know what Xueju and others were thinking. After the system prompt sound appeared, Luo Zhang's gaze turned to Zhao Tianhu beside Chai Jingtang. At this moment, Zhao Tianhu's chin was slightly raised, his head was raised high, and he appeared to have high toes and a strong aura, completely eliminating the embarrassment of kneeling and begging for mercy last night. In Zhao Tianhu's view, today's Luo Zhang is dead, and he has already thought about how to torture Luo Zhang and avenge the humiliation of last night. Due to the arrival of officers and soldiers, a large area outside the Tang Dynasty barbecue shop was cleared. 2 rows of officers and soldiers surrounded the barbecue shop, with their heads stretched out one by one, watching the excitement. At this moment, Luo Zhang didn't barbecue anymore, but looked at the few people who came dismounting. "Are you Luo Zhang?" Chai Jingtang walked up to the barbecue grill, holding a whip and pointing at Luo Zhang coldly. "Exactly, I don't know what's going on with you, sir." Luo Zhang replied calmly, his gaze flickering as he pondered on countermeasures. Although he is not afraid of anyone within the range of the barbecue stall, having a fight with Chai Jingtang is not the best solution. Once Chai Jingtang is moved, the people behind him will definitely come to find him, let alone there are so many officers and soldiers here who are against the official family, and the ultimate outcome will be death. He hasn't lived enough yet. These good days have just begun, how can he just die like this? It's really difficult to solve today's matter without fighting with Chai Jingtang. Upon hearing Luo Zhang's answer, Zhang Depeng took the first step and said, "Kid, do you know who you offended? This is Chai Jingtang, the eldest son of Chai. He is now the commander of the right guard. How dare you offend the eldest son of Chai? Kneel down and beg for mercy. Perhaps the eldest son of Chai will let you go if he sees you pitifully." "Sir, I can't understand what you're saying. It's the first time I've met Mr. Chai, how could we offend him?" Luo Zhang replied calmly, without any fear. Toast, don't eat, fine. How dare you talk back to the management? Someone, take this kid away from me and put him in jail first to loosen his bones before we talk. Look at him, how dare he speak hard. As Zhang Depeng spoke, he waved his hand and 2 columns of soldiers rushed towards Luo Zhang. Just as Luo Zhang was about to rebel, a shout came from behind. "Brother Chai, wait a moment." With the sound coming out, Fang Erlengzi and Xueju, who had big arms and round waist, walked over. At this moment, Fang Jun and his companions were also feeling depressed and dying. They had planned well and called for someone to arrest Luo Zhang, and then interrogated him about the origin of those oysters. If they could grasp the source of the oysters, they would have made a fortune. They have all witnessed and experienced the function of oysters with their own eyes. This kind of thing is not expensive even if it costs 10 taels of silver. There are so many descendants of the Tang Dynasty officials that buying 10 is equivalent to 1,000 taels per person. Moreover, even if they don't sell this kind of thing and contribute it to their family can quickly produce a large number of experts, which will definitely make a huge contribution to the development of the family. They are the heroes of the family. This is also the reason why a few people bravely came out. We must not let Luo Zhang be captured by Chai Jingtang. Luo Zhang must definitely be in their hands. Seeing the visitor, Chai Jingtang frowned slightly and harbored a deep hatred in his heart. He didn't expect Fang Erlengzi to stop him at this moment. What did he mean? Can you say the things that Fang Jun and the others could think of were also immediately thought of by Chai Jingtang when Zhao Tianhu spoke, which was also the reason why he personally rushed over. Outside the crowd, a handsome young master dressed in a white robe, with a folding fan in hand and a clean appearance, was talking to the old man in a green robe standing beside him. If Luo Zhang saw them, he would recognize them as the young master who helped him out yesterday. "Huang Bo, you are an old man in the palace. Do you think that person looks like the one hanging in the emperor's study?" asked the handsome young master. The old man nodded expressionlessly and said, "The young master's reminder really bears some resemblance." "Huang Bo, who is the person in the painting? How could it be hung in father's study?" asked the young master curiously. "This The old man's face turned pale, as if unwilling to speak. Seeing the old man like this, the young master became even more curious. His big eyes flickered and kept turning, and there was a hint of a smile on his lips. Huang Bo, if you say this person wants to have a relationship with the person in the painting, what do you think would happen to Father Emperor? The old man was slightly taken aback, as if he had thought of something, and his face changed slightly. The young master continued, if this person is really related to the person in the painting and he is locked up by someone else, what do you think the emperor would do? The old man's face suddenly changed. Seeing this, the young master's smile became even stronger. In front of the barbecue shop, Chai Jingtang looked at Fang Jun with an ugly expression, while Zhang Depeng beside him remained silent. Although he was the adopted son of Zhang Liang, the Duke of Chongping County, he did not hold much power among the many adopted sons. Currently, he is only a colonel, and his identity cannot be compared to that of Chai Jingtang and Fang Jun. He has no right to intervene in this immortal fight. Fang Jun, what do you mean? Chai Jingtang said coldly. Brother Chai, I don't know how this little brother has offended you, but please raise your hand. It's all thanks to this little brother that I owe him a favor. I hope Brother Chai can give him some leniency. Thank you here. Fang Jun clasped his fists and arched his hand. Chai Jingtang secretly cursed Fang Jun for being shameless, saying such grandiose words and giving up on Luo Zhang like this. He can't do it. He is a serious offender of the court, not someone I said I would let go. Brother Fang, I advise you not to go through this muddy water. Chai Jingtang replied. A repeat offender. What crime did he commit? It's actually a repeat offender. Xue Ju interjected. What are you looking at? Chai Jingtang raised his hand and pointed to Luo Zhang's barbecue grill, snorting coldly. Fang Jun followed Chai Jingtang's direction and his face also changed. Is such refined salt something ordinary people can use? Do you think he has committed a serious crime? Chai Jingtang snorted coldly in his heart, fighting with me. Your room is still a bit tender. Now Fang Jun, Xue Ju, and others also looked embarrassed, unsure of how to respond. In the Tang Dynasty, the production of refined salt was very small and was controlled by the royal family. The refined salt used by officials was distributed monthly by the royal family. If merchants wanted to consume refined salt, they had to pay a lot of silver and it had to be related. The people had no right to consume refined salt at all. And Luo Zhang's barbecue stall actually uses refined salt for grilling, which is a big taboo. Just the origin of refined salt is enough to lock Luo Zhang up and interrogate him severely. Are you okay now? Take this kid away from me. Chai Jingtang said proudly. The officers and soldiers were about to rush forward, but at this moment, a shout came from behind. Stop it.